Long ago, the planet Earth was created, and when Earth was created, was born Pangaea. Basically, it was a giant continent full of all lands, so all the countries were close together. But one day, Pangaea just separated, and then over time, more continents formed, then separated, and now certain continents existed, and then certain countries existed. And that's where it brings us to the story of Great Britain, or should I say, Evil Britain. Alright, all joking aside. Britain, which was mostly centered around England being the main kind of country of Britain, was a small island which kind of consisted of England, Scotland, and Wales, kind of close together and all that. And then right off to the side of it is where we have Ireland, the neighboring country towards the UK, you know? Ireland was is very small, it's kind of alone by itself, even like smaller to Britain. And well, Britain is kind of a small country, because like if you like small colony or whatever you would like to call it, like if you put it against an image of Russia and America, like the one here where it's the United States going over Europe, showing how big it is. As you can see, it's not going near as close as Russia because Russia is way bigger than the United States, but the United States topples in size to Britain, and that shows just how small the United Kingdom was. Although, how did such a small part of the world do so much in history? As we all know, Britain kind of had the tendency of conquering and ruling over certain parts of the world, like America and France. Like they tried to conquer France. I don't know if they conquered it yet, but I didn't go much into that history. But I know that America had a lot of things going on, because they had a war of independence, and not just them. There was like India and certain other countries. Like they conquered so much that they were a high seizing power. Like they were basically making the Romans who like conquered most of the Mediterranean, like in the old ages. They made that, but like modern aged and made them look like a bunch of bitches. That's how deadly Britain used to be. But one country who had it nearby the worst would probably be Ireland's, and this is probably the reason why I take the piss out of Britain so much, as a lot of people really don't like Britain, even in this day and age. Two countries who had it worse, as I said, would really kind of be like Scotland and Ireland because Britain had them in control for so long. Like, at least Ireland kind of got away, and I think Scotland is still kind of part of Britain. I'm not 100% sure on this, but Ireland, I know so much about why it really disliked Britain. So Britain had us in control for a couple of hundred years. They conquered us. They kind of just saw us as really poor people because they had the whole superiority complex back then, as they were seen as they thought they were the highest and strongest powers around. And because of that, it really annoyed us because that's where it brings to the modern day. As there's many videos on going in depth on why Irish people hate British people. Now, sure, I don't hate really British people in general for today. I just hate British history, and that's why gen- genuinely I just take the piss out of Britain. I'm only doing it as mainly as a joke because of my history and how I perceive all this. Because like it's kind of crazy just to see look into history. And so many countries want to put history under the rug, and they want to make it sure, like, oh no, this never happened. History doesn't exist. It's all happy. We're all great. We're all stuff. But genuinely, I think that we need to embrace our history. Like right now, I have Shaitar of Britain. He's a good friend. He's actually kind of fun to play with sometimes, but he can be very annoying. And that's why I make a joke of him. Like in my yesterday video, I went British when I was like three words to explain him. And I decided, yeah, this is only a joke anyway. So yeah, so like this, all the jokes I make about Britain, they don't really mean much. And I just want people to know that I don't really mean harm towards Britain. Although it would be nice. That's a joke. That's a joke. Although a lot of countries have gone far, and you know, Britain has tried to be the best. Although, if they stop being snobby, classy little pricks and stop calling us Irish drunkards and shit, like, come on, there's so many stereotypes that could be given towards, and it's just for laughs by this point, isn't it? Although, you do see a lot of Irish and English people just drinking in like pubs and all that together, you know? So I guess we all came a long way. So yeah, this is genuinely the reason on why I take the piss out of Britain so much. Thanks for watching.